Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Scotty McEngineer. That's Scotty McEngineer, and he's driving the T57 Heavy on a standard battle on Kamaran. You may notice that this is still the old Kamaran. 9.0 replays are what I'm still showing. I'm probably going to show 9.0 replays for at least another 2 weeks before moving on to 9.1, just because I've got an abundance of 9.0 replays, so I want to get through as many of those as possible before moving on. So straight away going to be taking to the island in the centre, thanks to the very quick scouting from the Leopard PTA and another one of the medium tanks there, and they're able to spot out quite a few people and a lot of good hits on this IS-4 here, thanks to him being tracked. And as you can see, taking off 1,624 hit points from that IS-4. A little bit of a shame if they weren't able, there we go, to take him out, but he gets eliminated very, very quickly, and that's all thanks to the excellent quick scouting from one of those medium tanks there. I'm not really sure who got all of the spotting for that one, whether it was going to be the Leopard PTA or whichever other medium tank that is. Can't really make it out under the abundance of all the words there. Gets a great hit on this T-34. Shoots his ally in the face there because his ally drove directly in front of an unloading T-57, which was just an idiotic move. He only gets one hit on the T-34, but he is able to get two onto the Object 704, and then he's going to have to drop it back. So this is Lorraine making a nuisance of himself at the moment, but he's taking the hits for the allies, so it's all good in the end. Just going to sit back here while he reloads. It looks like they've got the island nice and secure. Got a T-30 and an E-100 on the other side there. Pop himself out and try and get a shot on someone else. Finds the T-71 across the way. Going to try and get a hit on him. Gets a lovely shot onto him. But T-71 is up on his reflexes. Probably got 6th sense. Realised he's been spotted. And then beats a hasty retreat. Got to pay attention to this T-30 on the left-hand side. And got to make sure that Lorraine 40 doesn't block his shot and take another hit in the face. Or indeed in the back of the head. Luckily, the Lorraine 40-ton has now been destroyed by the Object 704, so that's one worry off their minds. Game swinging a little bit in the enemy's favour at the moment. They are now winning 3 kills to 1. After having a very good start, it's now not going particularly well. E-100 there soaking up quite a bit of damage, using the rock as cover from the right-hand side. Having a great shot on that T-71 there, just as he popped over. He didn't see the silhouette just because this is an old version of the game. So there are bound to be a couple of little bugs. Still got a T-30 and an E-100 at the mouth of the island to contend with. And they've got quite a lot of forces on that right-hand flank. In fact, can't really make out where the Allied forces are. They look like they're outnumbered on every flank apart from the island in the centre here. They've got this Object 140 and this E-50M, who'd probably be better off on the right-hand flank rather than in the centre here. As you can see, the left-hand flank, the way that old Kamaran works, you just set up your tank destroyers there, and the enemy can't really push against you. Trying to get a hit on this E-100, but he's just behind cover. Spots out T-54 E-1, but he's probably going to be behind cover as well. Seeing if there's anybody on the island he can take a shot at, but nobody really presenting themselves as an easy target at the moment. Again, this Object 140 probably best served somewhere else. 2 heavy tanks are definitely capable of holding the centre island. Head around and see if he can get a shot on this T-54 E1. Unfortunately, hasn't quite got the gun depression to be able to get his cannon on target, and doesn't really want to push around the corner too far. Was able to get his gun on target there, but only for a brief second, as the T-54 E1 was making tracks out of there, and in fact gets himself taken out by the Object 140 now. And Scotty's going to use this opportunity to maybe push around the corner, think about attacking the T-30 or even the E-100. So just a lot of positioning involved right now, trying to work out the best course of attack. Got to be aware of that right hand flank as well, because that's where the considerable bulk of the enemy force is. A couple of T-71s over there. There was 3 of them, but one of them just gets taken out by that IS-7. So yeah, just got to be aware that this is where the major force for the enemy team is. Gets a nice hit on the side of that Objet 704, and the IS-7's able just to finish him off. It was a quick 1, 2, 3 from the platoon mates there to finish that guy off pretty quickly. T-71 still making a nuisance of himself. The left-hand flank looks all pretty much sewn up now. Just got that E-100 assaulting against 3 tank destroyers, but to be honest, he doesn't really want to push up there. He just wants to kind of sit and hold up those 3 tank destroyers while his allies on the right-hand flank overwhelmed the now alone IS-7. If they can make a push and use the hill as cover, they're going to be able to overrun him pretty damn quickly, but it looks like nobody's really got the balls to make a move just yet, and that is serving very well for the Allies. Still losing by 1 kill, but 1 kill isn't very much when you're this far into the game. Scotty going to reload his cannon and then fall back, maybe going to go and help his platoon mate in that IS-7. Does get spotted out now by somebody, probably by that T-71, but thankfully it is a no artillery game, so he's not going to get clicked on and removed. IS-3's now decided to push in on the IS-7, but he's got those 2 T-71s in reserve, and just as Scotty was making his move off the island, 2 T-30s and that E-100 decide to push. That T-30 stands still a little bit longer. He's going to get taken out. Rushed the shot just a little bit there on that T-30. Missed that one, which is a little bit unfortunate. Focuses on the back of the turret now. He's able to land 2 solid hits, and then he's going to have to get into cover while he reloads. His platoon mate in the IS-7 doing the best he can to try and hold off these guys as they push against him. A Lorraine 40-ton on the right-hand side there. Landing good hits on that IS-7. The IS-7 a little bit unfortunate not to be able to take off his last 34 hit points. Lorraine 40-ton coming around the corner, has 1 shot at the IS-7, isn't able to penetrate. Scotty's able just to take him out, no problem whatsoever. Coming up to try and save his platoon mate from the IS-3, but it's not quite quick enough. And he's able to take him out posthumously. Gets revenge for his platoon mate in the IS-7, but isn't able to save him. Takes out 2 tanks in quick succession. Now he's got to be careful with these T-71s. Sounds like they are firing heat. And with firing heat, they definitely have the penetration to get through the underbelly of this T-57. And now Scotty McEngineer is the only person on this right-hand flank. His platoon mate on the island has also fallen. As you can see, there's still committed 3 tank destroyers on that left-hand flank, even though there's only 1 E-100. To be honest, 2 of those, or at least 1 of those, could do with leaving. Gets a good hit on the mouse here. He has loaded the premium shells just because, well, you're fighting a mouse, and when you're fighting a mouse, you need to load the gold, or you pretty much ain't going to penetrate. Takes a big hit from that T-30 there. Only got 1 shell left in the canister and didn't want to fire it off blind just because it was a premium shell. Got to be careful. He's only got 150 hit points left, and if he isn't careful, it's going to be goodbye for him as well. Taking his time aiming, gets a good hit on that T-30, and then he's got to try and stay alive while that cannon reloads. Sticking with the premium shells just because he's got this mouse bearing down on him. And let us take a look. The mouse has still got 2,000 hit points. Oh, very, very lucky there to angle his front armor just nicely because of the hill. And the mouse bounces that one. Lands 1 good hit, another good hit. Can he take him out before the mouse manages to reload? He gets set on fire, but he's automatic fire. No, he set the mouse on fire. Did take a hit from the T-71, but he was able to get back into cover just in time. He has been ammo rack there, but it looks like he's fixed that up. T-71 trying to circle around him, but hasn't quite got the accuracy. I think the T-71's actually reloading at this point, so messed up a little bit on that one. Gets 1 good hit on this. Is going to be curtains for the T-71, and that's kill number 4. Only got 10 hit points left. Oh, takes a hit from the E-100, but it only takes his tracks out. In fact, that wasn't from the E-100. That was from a stealth T-30. So he's going to have to fall back now and try and get into cover, because this has just gone horribly, horribly wrong on this flank. Even though he has won the day, he's down to 10 hit points. Did manage to take down a mouse, and the T-71 just came in for close combat when he didn't quite have enough shells in the canister, but didn't have the time to reload. Scotty going to take his time to reload his cannon. Going to switch it back to standard ammunition. Are winning this one. Now 12 kills to 9. I don't think he wants to get himself killed. He's got 4 kills on the board. It's not quite a Top Gun medal, but he has got 9,500 points of damage. As you can see, there's 2 E100s and a T30 left. One of those E100s is pretty healthy as well. It's going to be difficult to maybe take these guys out. Problem that the T57 suffers is late game it really does start to run out of shells. As you can see, only got 7 left, which is a full clip and a little bit. In fact, the way it's going to work out is it's going to be 3 clips. So obviously you can't mix and match ammunition. Given the island a wide berth here because he doesn't want to get taken out by somebody. Can he land a shot on this T30 to take him out? He can indeed. 9,918 points of damage, 5 kills, an absolutely awesome showing there from Scotty McEngineer and his T57 Heavy. So absolutely awesome game from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around because as always the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the days from the user Stefan VDS C. That's Stefan VDS C, and he's driving the Waffenträger Auf Panzer IV on a standard battle on the fjords. The Waffenträger being a tier 9 turreted tank destroyer for the Germans. It's the one before that cheaty Waffenträger E100. This thing isn't as ridiculous, but it is still pretty damn good. So straight away, Stefan going to be heading to the center of the map. Now, normally I don't like to showcase tank destroyer replays, and that's just because tank destroyer tactics generally involve camp bush, fire, shots, win from sniper mode. But obviously, with all that being said, you can tell straight away that this isn't going to be that kind of replay, else I probably wouldn't have shown it. As you can see, Stefan going to be heading to the center of the map straight away, going to be getting stuck into the battle. Only got light tanks in front of him though at the moment, and the gun depression on this tank isn't great, just for the pure size of that cannon, the size of the turret and the size of the hull. It doesn't match together to give very good gun depression. It does have better gun depression in reverse, so that is exactly what Stefan's going to be doing, reversing over the top of the hill here, trying to get a shot on this AMX 1375. Not able to find anything. Does find this Super Pershing though. It's a great hit through the very top of his turret, and this Super Pershing's made a terrible life decision in heading around that corner here. Still trying to get a shot on this AMX 1375, and that's just because at the moment he is the one that is the bigger threat. If he's able to get in over here with that auto loader, he'll do some serious damage through the thin turret armor of the Waffenträger here. Ooh, did see a very small part of the 1375 as he was making his way around the rock there. Got to be careful. There's a Tiger 1 spotted on the left-hand side here, and he's way out in the open, up on the hill. Gets a nice shot to take his track out, but not doing any damage in return. Does start to take hits now from a few different sources, and he's going to have to reverse out and get the hell away. Looks like the Type 64's done a good job of taking out the Tiger 1 there. This IS-8 is just going full ham. Charging down, trying to take out this Comet. Gets a beautiful hit to take his track out. Predictive on the move. And also do damage. The good thing about that little bit of prediction was the fact that he was behind the building for most of that. So he was having to make the prediction pretty much blind. And it was a fantastic piece of work there to get that kill, get the damage and the tracking on him there. I think he actually saved the Comet's life as well. They must have tracked him in a position where he didn't have any gun depression. Unfortunate only to get a critical hit on this Chaffee, but I don't think anybody else can see him. So barring any major upset, should be able to take him out. And indeed he does, and that's kill number 2 now. Allied team winning this one nice and handily right now at 5 kills to 3. Battle's progressing quite nicely on all fronts. Only problem I can see is they don't really have the forces in the south, but if that Löwe and that 1390 can mop things up in the centre quickly enough, they can head around the back and apply some pressure to the rear. But I think the enemy team knows exactly that same thing, so they are pushing really, really quickly. You can see they've already taken out the IS-8 in the south there, and that just leaves that M103 against, is that an IS-8 and an E75? He's probably going to fall fairly quickly. You can see Stefan transitioning across to the south of the map now, as their last defending M103 has fallen. He's going to be trying to get a shot on anybody coming through the centre there. The Löwe and the 1390 have now been taken out as well. Try and get a shot on anybody they can see here. Finds a IS-6 and takes him out very, very quickly. Not really sure what the IS-6 was doing, ditching down into the little pond here. Wasn't under immediate threat from anybody, but Stefan's able to take him out nonetheless. We'll see if we can get a shot on the Super Pershing, but it looks like he's playing it pretty cagey, so he's going to head down into the pond himself. Maybe try and come up behind the Super Pershing, and then after that take a right-hand turn and maybe go and try and defend the base against this E75, which is now pushing in against the IS-8. The IS-8's almost certainly AFK, but at least he may be a bot, so that when he gets fired upon or the E75 gets spotted, he may at least return fire. But not really sure about that. Stefan really wants to go and defend the base, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get hit in the rear by the Super Pershing. He's going to have to go and kill secure him first. Secure the kill on this guy before he can make a push towards the base. They haven't started capping yet. He's probably got plenty of time here. Takes his time, takes his shot, and takes out Super Pershing number 1. Does see another Super Pershing up the top there. This E75 and this IS-8 look pretty reluctant to cap. Looks like they are just trying to take out the IS-8 themselves first. Probably wanting to go for damage rather than the cap. Got to keep moving just in case the artillery comes in. Puts an end to his pretty good game. Super Pershing is making a retreat now and gets another great prediction shot from behind a building to be able to take him out. And now it's time to go and focus on the base. The E75 and IS-8 have now pushed in on the cap circle. And Stefan going to head around the corner and try and get a hit on somebody. Does see the IS-8. Takes his time, but still manages to plant that one in the dirt, which is a little bit unfortunate with the accuracy of this cannon. Knows that he's been spotted out now, and the IS-8 does turn to face this direction, but he may have the reflexes. Indeed, he does himself, and the Type 59 able to take him out pretty quickly. Now just got to concentrate on this E75 as the artillery shells land. E75 looks like his attention is fully fixed on the Type 59 now, which is going to be to his detriment as the Waffenträger comes in and plants a shot straight through his turret now. Got to use the Type 59 as bait, as he has the superior armor. Try and square off against the E75. Plants a shot straight through the excellently angled sidearm of the E75 there. I'm a little bit surprised at that one. Hopefully he's got the reload speed to be able to get him. E75 trying desperately to get his front armor on target, but it's not to be. Takes him out and picks up kill number 7. And that leaves the artillery and this Panzer Soufflé somewhere. He's going to head off into the middle. Going to be heading through the center just because this gives them the best opportunity to spot anybody out, and it's also on the way to the enemy base. It looks like the Panzer Soufflé was last spotted camping on the dogleg. Does find the artillery here, takes him out. That's kill number 8. Radley Walters medal, 5,500 points of damage. So like I was saying, the last time the Panzer Soufflé was spotted out, he was camping on the little dogleg there, so it's almost guaranteed that he's going to be in exactly the same place. Hopefully he's going to be camping, and then Stefan's going to be able just to roll up and get some shots on him, making his way slowly towards the enemy base. Does have to be careful though, because this Panzer Soufflé does pack a pretty big cannon, and the armor on the Waffenträger isn't particularly strong, especially if he picks his shots and gets that on the turret. Oh, no, it looks like the Panzer Soufflé is actually going for the base capture. So we're just going to quickly speed this one up again until Stefan makes his way back over towards the base. He's going to poke himself around the corner slowly. He's got plenty of time on the clock there. Spots out the Panzer Soufflé. who is looking in this direction. Oh, very unfortunate to miss that shot, and he plants one back in return. Does a huge chunk of damage. One more shot from this Souffle may be enough to take him out. Gets a great hit himself, but his Panzer Souffle is almost certainly going to be reloaded by now. Going to have to play this one very, very cagey. You saw how quickly he returned fire last time, and he is pre-aimed on this location. He's got a minute and a half, so he has dropped back to let himself fade back away out of view, and he's just inching his way around the corner, trying to get a hit on this Panzer Souffle. Takes a snapshot, gets the kill, and that is GG and the victory. So absolutely awesome replay there from Stefan, picking himself up 9 kills, 6,250 points of damage, and securing victory for himself and his team. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that into replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. Either email me the actual World of Tanks replay file or the link to the What Replay website where I can find it myself. If you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just enjoyed it, then consider hitting that subscribe button. There's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. And if you want to join the discussion, then definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the 2 replays today. I've been Maxwell of Spin World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.